was broke for a long time before we got rich. I was tired of watching that. I was tired of looking at the people that I was looking up to who are now my peers. I was tired of watching bro buy his girlfriend a new car. I was tired of him riding in a Lamborghini. I never made it because I never said it.
What would be that blueprint to get them 10K, 100K, and eventually $1 million a year?
Your income will never exceed your level of personal development. Most people, if they ever get rich, they get rich slow because they're trying to figure it out on their own. I can always get back more money, but I can never get back more time.
What's the most amount of money you've ever spent on ads?
I spend 7 figures every year, and it keeps having to grow, because if I spent 1.5 last year and made 6, I mean, this year I understand that 1.5 made me 6, but what if I would have spent 3?
If I could spend $2-3 million a year on ads, then if I spend $2 million, I'll make between 10, 11, 12 million. So I said, well, I'm gonna spend $2 to $3 million minimum every single year.
We can make the most impact by sharing the most skills and showing them the roadmap that we've been able to use to collectively do over $40 million online.
Before we get into this amazing episode, I'm calling all business owners, coaches, entrepreneurs who got a great product or a service, but guess what? You're having a hard time selling it. You aren't getting any leads. Your calendar is dried up. Podcasting is the tool you need. It's a 24/7 organic lead machine that you need to have in your business.
Absolutely. Having a marketing plan, some kind of way on how to find your clients within your business is the most important way on how you're going to be able to grow and hit all your financial goals. Whether your goal is $100,000, whether your goal is $500,000, or even $1 million plus, you need more eyeballs. A lot of people are finding that ads are way too expensive for their budget. Also, another problem is a lot of people are over relying on other people to grow their business. So I'm talking about word of mouth and referrals. Those are not reliable strategies on how you're going to grow your business. If you want to learn exactly how to market your business and be seen by millions on top of millions of people, go ahead and click the link down below. I want to invite you guys to our masterclass where we're showing you strategies on how we was able to grow a huge platform within less than 2 years with over 300,000 plus followers across all channels. If you're looking to learn how to market your business and be seen by your dream clients, join us in this masterclass. Enjoy the rest of this episode because this one is going to be a banger. All right, y'all, welcome back to another episode of Motion and Success. Listen, guys, my name is Cody Brown, and I got my co-host with me today.
Yes, Io, and bro, we back with another great episode. We got 3 heavyweights right here, man. This is gonna be a really good one, bro. I'm excited for this one, bro.
I definitely agree, man. So listen, this is a podcast that we had like with 3 different gentlemen separately, many different occasions, and now this is a time where we're able to combine all 3 of them on one couch, one podcast, one episode all together. So listen, you guys are in for a great treat. Listen, I'm in for a great treat as well, because we're gonna learn some information, we're gonna get some knowledge, and most importantly, we're gonna level up this year in 2026. So listen, guys, go ahead, introduce yourselves, tell the people who you guys are. I mean, they're familiar, but you know, let's reintroduce ourselves.
Yeah, man. So 8-figure earner, Kenny Smith, better known as social media as Smitty the GOAT. Been mastering the credit and funding space for a while, but now we kind of like elevating the brand and business to help people scale their businesses online to make money, since we've been able to master the art of digital marketing and marketing online. So that's what we starting to hit.
Nice.
Yep, Dion, Coopwood at Mr. Phenomenal Power on all social platforms. I teach entrepreneurs learn how to start, grow, and scale any business by way of leveraging credit and create digital products and services, and teaching them how to sell one to many so they can have the first $1 million year. Y'all saw me on here before, but I'm back again.
Let's get it.
Darius Benders. I help entrepreneurs start, growing, scale their business by means of leveraging funding as well. We help people going from $0 to $10,000 amounts. We also help rich people get richer, having their first $100,000 a day or $1 million a year.
Nice. I'm gonna let you kick it off, bro.
Yeah, so definitely, like, it's amazing to have all 3 of you guys here. Y'all had major success in business. Definitely, I gotta ask y'all, like, what brought y'all together, especially like out here in the same city. You guys, same industry, and like it's no competition. Like y'all all eating together. Like, what brought y'all together, and like what, like how much of an impact are you guys trying to make?
Dang, that's a good question. I think one of the beautiful things that we have done is we put the impact over the income. And you know, we wanted to really just love on the people and show people how to go from 0 to hero. You know, put themselves in a position where they can change their life for the rest of their life. And we came together because, bro, a couple years ago we got tired of hearing people saying, "I don't know who to pay." I don't know if I should pay you. I don't know if I should pay Darius. I don't know if I should
Yeah.
pay
Too,
Smitty.
bro.
Like, it's hard. Like,
It's like-
have you ever thought about like, who should I
Bro,
pay?
and then they try to decipher. They're going through his brand, my brand, his brand, and then they get on the sales calls with all of us. So, his sales call, and then sometimes we'll go to the chat, group chat that we in, and we be like, man, I talked to a guy today. I was probably gonna help him scale his brand. He's like, man, I talked to him today too. He said, so like it was like, all right, what if we can just all come together and give them all of our different expertise and give them all of us at once? We feel like that'd be way more valuable than people either coming to us individually or only being able to come to one of us. So being able to capture all of us in one price, and then he charged 40, 50,000. He charged 30,000. I charged 30,000. So like us being able to now package that value we have individually all in one, I believe, man, it's super valuable and over deliverable if somebody to be able to get all of us.
Now I love that too, cause I'm like, a lot of times people let the money and like, you know, and different things get in between, but y'all actually built that relationship together, and y'all not only like impacting people, but y'all actually making money together at the same time. So
I mean, I think I tell people, like, we always say, you know, collaboration is the new currency, right? It's like, you know, the saying I always say, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go further, you go together. And what we realize is, you know, a lot of times when you see these partnerships, it's not people in the same industry. But the thing about us that's a little different from most people in the industry is we have a lot of different skill sets. So when people think of credit and funding, that's really just us at the foundation. But we've all helped people not just start credit companies, funding companies, but we've helped people at all levels. So we say, okay, when we do this, make my first million mentorship, what it is literally helping people who have a foundation to go now create wealth, to go create cash flow, to now get to that next level, right? Because a lot of people, they're stuck at 6 figures. Okay, cool. They make it 10K a month, but what's next? So we figure, okay, we're good at sales, we're good at digital products, we understand how to leverage credit, so why not come together and show them all the things we do? Because we do people a disservice by only showing them funding and credit. Like, that's not just limiting ourselves and our abilities, but it's limiting the people. So we say, how can we make the most impact? And we can make the most impact by sharing the most skills and showing them the roadmap that we've been able to use to collectively do over $40 million online. So that's really what this is about, right?
yeah.
And I think y'all know that because a lot of people that have sat down with y'all, they're like, hey, they come through your program. This program, hey, this is another millionaire for your program. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know that it's real people in real time getting helped out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's 100% true. Like, most of the people, you know, we've had on our show, you know, a lot of them came from, like, you know, your program. And then the fact Darius just said, like, yo, we all combined, we made $40 million online. And this past weekend, you know, I had the chance to attend one of I had Darius's he was giving out awards, and I seen Dion's online, I seen Smitty's online, and the proof is there. Like, we seeing what you guys are doing. Like, people that they're going from 10K a month to 100K in a month, 100K in a day, $1 million in a year. Now I feel like what we got to focus on for this episode that everybody wants to know is how can they do the same thing online? Like, because y'all, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, all three of you guys, like, y'all know this online game. Like, y'all know it, y'all mastered it. Y'all got mentees who are killing it. So we definitely got to jump into that online game, especially the virtual events. So this is gonna be one that we really gonna pick you guys' brain.
Let's get it.
So I want to kick things off. You know, when it comes to a person, let's say we got a business owner that is out there. You know, they may have not been in the online space. You know, what's some of y'all strategies for a person to go out there and make their first 5 sales in less than 30 days or less than 20 days or so?
Yeah, I think I could kick it off. For a person who's just getting started up on to make their first online sales, I think at the end of the day, you need to know what you're selling, how you're selling, and when you're gonna sell it. So I think that you need some guidance. The first thing I would say is, don't try to just go make sales without having a coach or a mentor. Like, you gotta have that. Like, if you don't have that, you're going to look online and you're going to see what we doing and you're going to try to do what we doing, but you don't know the intricate details, what's going on in the background. Like, it's a lot of people that will come on y'all podcast because they saw us on your podcast, but they don't really understand the whole play. Like, what's the reason why? Like, you coming on the podcast as a girl to just look pretty. Yeah. Like, you coming on the podcast as a dude to look become popular. We come on podcasts to get paid. You see what I'm saying? Like, this whole episode is to teach people how to go out there and get more visibility and get their brand out there. So that's one of the very first things you got to do is, like, if you're really good at what you do, but don't nobody know what you do, then you the best, but you're the best kept secret. We tell people that all the time. Right. So podcasting is one of the things that you have to do. So it's like, like if you're gonna come in our program, the hell with your first 5 sales, yeah, you got to start somewhere. But why not show you in your first month how to go make 50 sales? You know what I'm saying? It's like we don't want to just keep making the same $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. Like we want to show you how to make your first million. That means you got to make $83,000 and some change every single month. Yeah. So it may sound crazy to a person that's looking and watching, but it don't sound crazy because we did it before and we taught people how to actually go and do it too. Yeah. So that exposure is one of those first things, and obviously you got to create digital assets. But I mean, we can go down the deep rabbit hole of all of that and what it looks like. But the reality is that I think that the first thing is a person got to get a coach, got to get a mentor, because you may hear somebody tell you what to do, or you may see what somebody else doing and you may try to mimic it, but you don't get the actual success. So you're doing what I'm doing, but you're not getting actual financial success that come behind it. So for me, the first thing is go get a coach and go get a mentor.
I like that.
I'll say the first thing they're gonna focus on, in order for you to get a sale, you need an offer.
Right.
Or you need to make more offers. A lot of people, some people here don't even have a offer at all. But then the first thing I do is create one. And what I mean by that is, what are you going to help somebody with a problem that you're going to solve? So a lot of people have problems in business. A lot of people have problems in life. Somebody got problems with relationships. Somebody got problems with fitness. Somebody got problems with making money. Okay, what are you going to do, and what are you going to offer somebody that you're going to solve their problem, and then how are you going to curate an offer for them to buy? Yeah. All right. So, for example, our offer is teaching people about funding, like getting access to capital. Then we're gonna teach you about where to put that money into marketing to be able to scale your business to get visibility. But then you got to be able to sell digital assets with it. So that's our offer to people. We want to teach you how to make your first million with that. That's our offer. Like, what is your offer? Offer could be credit repair. You can teach somebody how to make $10,000 a month with taxes. You can teach somebody how to, if you're a nurse, we can teach you how to be able to make $10,000 a month online being a nurse. Or, you know, if you're in the credit and funding space, how to scale a bit. So like, what is your offer? And then once you create your offer, I'm gonna say go to immediately online. It could be you organically posting 3 times a day about your offer and things like that. Is you posting on YouTube, you going live on TikTok. Your first sales is basically gonna come from online. I think that's the easiest way for you to go get your first 5 sales. Get your butt on social media. We know this is 2026. We know how powerful social media is. Start learning that game and start learning that game fast. There's a lot of old marketing strategies out here trying to do it the old way. I think we need to learn the new ways of marketing.
Right. What I'll say is, to add on to that, when people hear, like Smitty said, make more offers, 100%, people think, well, finding new people to make offers to. But most people, the problem, the reason they're not making enough money is because they're not making more offers to the people that they've already sold, right? A person who will buy from you one time is over 20 times more likely to buy from you again. But most people think, because I've already sold to that person, let me go find someone new, which is why most businesses, they don't create enough cash flow, because they're always trying to find new leads, right? The people you saw at my event, most of those people, they paid me 3 times. They started at my first tier program, my second tier program, then my highest level in the circle, right? But in order to do so, they have to start. Why? Because when you create a product or offer, that's to solve one problem. That's to solve one pain point. But what happens is, if you don't make another offer, now you do them a disservice, because now they're stuck at that $10,000 or $15,000 when you have another level that you can help them with. Like for you guys, you help people start their podcast. Well, what about you help them start their podcast? Now they're making $10,000 a month. How can I maybe add a done for you service where I can maybe build out their podcast, right? Maybe they don't have the means to do it, or it's going to cost them more time to go out and get the equipment to do it themselves. Well, you can make them another offer that can serve them, help them buy back their time and move forward faster, right? So the biggest thing I tell people is make more offers to the people that you've already sold, so you can serve them at a higher level. And the next thing I tell you is, making more money comes down to messaging. A lot of people, they want to talk to everybody, right? But someone who talks to everybody talks to nobody. So what you have to do is you have to get clarity on who you actually want to target. The difference could be, I help everyday people start podcasts so that they can start to build a brand. Right. The problem with that is, I feel like you're not talking to me if I'm a business owner. So what I would do is, I might say, if I'm in the coaching and consulting space and I'm looking to use my podcast to build my brand and drive more traffic, I'm doing a 3-day mastermind to show you how. You see, the difference is, if I'm a coach or consultant, I feel like that's specifically for me. So now I'm more attracted to you. I'm more likely to take the offer, because even if what you built is for everybody, I feel like if you call this the coaching, consulting, marketing strategy, oh, that's the one I need, because it's specific. In order to be prolific, you got to be specific. So these are some of the things that people are missing, which is holding them back from the money.
Yeah. Now you went off, Darius. You kind of jumped into what I was going to jump into, because what I was thinking about is, especially being in an online space now, it's really hard to take somebody from, which you guys are really good at, taking somebody from, viewing your content, viewing your ad, taking them down that funnel to become a buyer. Like that's not easy. Like I figured it out. Like, me and Cody, like we've been testing out offers, and we figured it out, like everything has to be on point. Yeah. So I definitely want to get into like what like before throwing money on ads, how do you know an offer is worth like even like putting money on ads? Like when do you know it's time like this offer is gonna click? Like
the first thing I'm gonna say though, and maybe they can go, but the first thing is that the reason why y'all feel like that is because y'all haven't taken enough mentorship to get the right frameworks to know what to put in place and what to offer with the funnel put in place. The reason why we've been able to get success faster with understanding what to do and what offer to put and what funnel to use is because of how much money we spent in mentorship. Darius, how much money you spent on mentorship?
Like $265,000.
Dion, how much you spent on mentorship?
Yep.
I spent like $400,000 on mentorship. So me getting the expertise from people that have made 10 million, 50 million, 100 million with funnels and making money online, it gives you a better eye of what to do and how to do and how to set it up. So what I'm seeing in the marketplace with people that want to make money online is they're not in enough mentorships to understand the back end frameworks of people that are doing it at a high level that are working versus they're trying to build it on their own on the side. They're seeing what's going on. They look from the outside looking in and they think, okay, well, if I set it up like this, I seen theirs like that, so I'm gonna just set it up and it might be working. So the first thing is you're gonna have to understand and learn the frameworks. It don't just pop out of the sky. Like I see it's working, I just boom, get to do it. And it's going to be harder for you to get the sales. So like once you learn back end frameworks, it makes it easier for you to know what to do and what to sell. And then like what offer, once again, it's like once you learned from the right people what to do and how to do it, because there are different funnels for different price points of offers. So you could be running an offer that's not even supposed to be ran for that specific funnel. So then you put a funnel up, you put a landing page up, but then you trying to do a low ticket for something that you're supposed to do for 10,000, or you trying to do a challenge for something that's for $20 something. And it's like, man, I ain't making my money back. It's like, for one of them is like for my membership community group, everybody get this wrong, right? I make over 6 figures a month. I got 2,000-3,000 people paying me, but people think they're supposed to run ads directly to get people into the monthly subscription. You're not. And you're gonna fail miserably, but that's what people think that I'm doing. So they're like, I'm doing what Smitty doing. I'm gonna get 2,000-3,000 members in here. They're gonna be paid like Smitty because I'm about to spend money on ads. And they spend money on ads. They spend 10,000, and then they wonder why they just lost 15,000. Yeah, and it's because they on the outside looking in. They think they know what we're doing, but they don't. So like you're not even supposed to run ads directly to a community, but so many people will go out there and do it because they think that's what you're supposed to do, and then they lose money. Like, what happened? Because you don't know, and you can't do what you don't know. It's impossible. So that'd be the first thing. You got to understand what to do.
So now let me ask you a question. So now, say for example, there's many different funnels. You can have a VSL funnel, you can have a challenge funnel, you can have a webinar funnel. A person starting out, testing their offer, which one should they start off with? Especially if it's a high ticket, you're selling something for like $2,000, $3,000. Where should you start? Should you start with a webinar? Should you start with a VSL? Should you start with a challenge? Should you start with 3 days? Like, what's that blueprint right there?
I start off with no challenge.
No, definitely not a challenge.
Yeah.
So the sweet spot for your 2K offer is going to be webinar. All right, we always love to be
even if you starting from scratch.
Even if you start from scratch, don't. It's a lot of people be in disbelief. That's a belief thing that I can't create a $2,000 offer for people to be able to and then go out here and sell it. That's a belief thing. You don't have to start off with a $27 just because you're starting. It's people that start off with 25,000 offers from day one. It's people that start off with 100,000 offers from day one because they just know how to unpack value. You know what I'm saying? So the sweet spot for people that's charging $2,000 to start off with would be webinars. All right, that's when you host a free class, and then you would run ads to it. Me personally, that's what I would do. Even if I had $1,000, even if I had $2,000, like I literally would put my money into ads because that's guaranteed I'm gonna get people to view my page. That's guaranteed I'm gonna get people to sign up. I'm forcing people to sign up. I'm not hoping people to sign up on my organic. So that's the sweet spot we like to do. Presentation, right? Create your presentation, get people to sign up for your free class, and then have an offer at the end and close somebody into that offer because now you got 90 minutes. Usually we do webinars for 90 minutes. You got a 90-minute time frame with this person to get them to convince them that your offer is good enough for them to buy it at 2K. If you just try to go online and say, hey, I got an offer that's 2,000, click the link and buy it. They like, bro, I don't even know you yet like that. I don't even like, what are you finna give me, bro? Like, you trying to take my $2,000-$3,000. It's like taking a girl on a date. Like, you don't just ask to get some, you gotta take it to, you know what I'm saying? Take her on a date first. You know, take her on a date first. Text her a little bit for a while. Give her a little hug, a little kiss on the forehead first before you try to go that far. And it's the same way in business. Like, people gotta see you 7 times. People gotta, go through a whole sales cycle to get a conversion. So that would be my suggestion.
Sorry to break this amazing episode. I just have to let you guys know the best tool for marketing in 2025 is podcasting. Listen, it transformed our lives. Across all platforms, we was able to hit 15 million plus people. Imagine what it did for our business. To mention, we also have some notable likes just through podcasting. People like Usain Bolt, Dwayne Wade,
Kevin Garnett, Stephen A. Smith,
Cedric the Entertainer, Queen Latifah. But more importantly, having engagement by your dream clients is probably the most important thing that will move the needle for you and your business. So what we want to teach you is exactly how to go out and start creating amazing content that will find your dream audience to go ahead and start paying you for your products and your services. If you want to be able to learn exactly how to build up an audience and build up a brand online where people start knowing you, liking you, and buying from you for your products and services, what I want to do is invite you guys to our next free masterclass where we're showing you exactly how you can start taking your content and being seen online by your dream clients and possibly some celebrities as well. Go ahead and click the link down below, and I'm going to see you guys in that next masterclass.
I mean, I would add to that, and what I would say is right now I got a mentee. He cooking with his offer, so he just got started with me, and he's doing 2 free webinars a week right now. About 90 to 120 minutes each, and he's making anywhere between like $3,000 to $4,000 per webinar. But this is 100% organic. Ain't no money on ads yet, and he brand new, no money on ads, cooking straight organic. We talking about $12,000-$15,000 plus per month, like just organic. And he just got started. The reason why is because, and I was talking to you about this earlier off the camera, was I was saying, talking about the kind of people that we get in front of, and it's like, you can put together a free call, you can put together a paid call, it don't matter. Sometimes when you make an offer at the end, nobody buys. And the reason why is because when your messaging inside of your marketing is on point, the selling is unnecessary. Have you ever bought something based upon just knowing that based upon the ad that you saw or the messenger that you saw, it was like, they talking to me. So you click the link and you bought it. You didn't have to spend no time with them, but then it's even better. Imagine if they said the ad was on point and it spoke directly to you, like, I need that. And then you went to a class and they broke down the details, the top 3 reasons why you need this particular product. And you sat on there for 30 minutes. You're like, all right, cool, I'm from the bag. The price wouldn't even matter to you what it was. Yeah. Depending on, and the price can't be 20, 30, 40, 50,000 if I only spent 30 minutes with you. But we talking about like right around that. If you was on the webinar for about an hour, maybe hour and a half, anything up to like $2,000, $3,000 at max, you could sell that because your messaging got the right people in the room. So if I got the right people in the room who already want what I'm offering, then why do I have to sell them? I don't have to sell them anything. They're coming to actually buy what I'm offering. They just want to hear a little bit more about it. So the free webinar is the best potential opportunity for anybody that's coming out in the game that want to make their first $1,000 in a week, their first $1,000 in a day. Because that is going to put you in front of all qualified buyers if your messaging is on point and you get to spend time with them. You give them that free sample, that free, right? We were talking about this the other day where you go in the mall, the Chinese people, they give you that free sample and you taste that free food and you're like, oh snap, this orange chicken is good. Yeah. So then once you end up in the line, getting some orange chicken. Now you buy orange chicken and you never even wanted orange chicken. But that free sample got you hungry, got your taste buds going. Now you in the line, you just spent $15 with the Chinese spot. You really wanted Chick-fil-A. But Chick-fil-A wasn't giving out free samples. Hell, matter of fact, it's Sunday and they close. You see what I'm saying? So now you got to be open. You got to be giving out something away for free, give that free value. The beautiful thing that I tell all my mentees is that when you run a free class, it makes you a better speaker. Now you know your offer. So now I know my offer. I know how to speak better. I know how to present. I'm showing up every week. Now the people that are in my industry, I'm outworking them. So now out of sight, out of mind. So if they not showing up and they're not posting consistent content, but I am, and I got a free class, who you think they buying from? And we're in the same industry. Me, because I'm showing up. And I'm giving free. I'm free. Every time you look up, they like, pay me. No, I'm saying free. But then on the back end, because I got so much free value, you like, I deserve to pay this man. You see what I'm saying? Make sense?
It make a lot of sense. That's so good. And to add on to that, we all heard Russell Brunson one time say, quickest way to make your first $1 million was through webinars. So I heard that one time and I said, okay, you make a lot of money, I'm finna listen. But what I learned is the reason we all believe that you watch us, all of our businesses have been built through webinars, right? And I believe that the reason it converts the highest and the best is because you cover the 4 layers of trust that are needed for any buyer to buy. First, they have to trust you. Right? How do they trust you? By getting to know you and your story, by seeing your social proof, by seeing the results that you've gotten for yourself or for others, right? Then they get to trust themselves because what you're doing during the webinar is you're breaking down misbeliefs that they have about who they are and who they have to become in order to take your offer, right? If I come on your class, I need to feel as though I can actually come and get the result, right? The third layer of trust is we talk about is your vehicle. So if you're teaching podcasts, you're going to break down some game and some information, show me some statistics or something that lets me know, okay, podcast is legitimately the thing I need to do. Whether it's you show me a statistic that shows businesses that use podcasts are 5 times more likely to be successful. Now I'm sold on the idea. Maybe you show me 5 big brands that all use podcasts. Now you say this person, and this person use podcasts. Look where they're at. Now I'm sold on the idea. Maybe you show me social proof of one of your students or yourself that has gotten the result for using podcasts. Now I'm sold. And the last thing I do is I tell you want to educate. So you want to give one thing away for free in your webinar for each secret that you have that allows me to know. Now I'm sold. Then the last layer of trust is I need to trust that I need to take action now. Because most people, the reason they don't get to where they want to get to is because they're always worried about later. They're worried about tomorrow. They're thinking next time. So your job is to let them know the truth is that if they want their life to change tomorrow, they have to take action now, because most people, they're in the same place year after year after year. They say every year, it's a new year, new me, but nothing changes if the actions don't change. So throughout a webinar, these are some of the things that you want to cover to be able to get people to convert into buy. And then it's the compound of skills as an entrepreneur, right? The reason we're all good at what we do, we're all good at marketing because we have to be. Every week we got to get people in the room. Yeah. We're all good at speaking because we have to be. We've done over collectively probably 5,000 reps. You think about a webinar every week, twice a week. That's 104 webinars a year if there's 52. Times 3, 4, 5 years we've been online. That's well over 2,000 reps, right? But most people understand. They say, dang, y'all speak so good. It's because we do it every week. You have to get good at selling because, like you said, I'm there every week. I need to sell you on this thing because if I can't sell you, I can't serve you. So what people don't realize is when it comes to sales, most people have a bad relationship with sales because they're thinking of car salesmen, high pressure sales. We don't do that. We don't believe in high pressure sales. We believe that, when you do a webinar, it's the law of averages, right? The law of averages states, if I have 100 people in a room, 30% of people want to show up, 30% of people show up on a webinar. And then upon those 30% of people, I'm typically going to close 5 to 10%. So if I got 30 people left, 10% is 3 people. If I got $1,000 offer, you just made $3,000 on the webinar. And if you do this four times a month, you're talking about $12,000. This is how you get to that next level. And then for people that are now starting to scale, you say, okay, how do I put more money behind this thing? So Smitty talked about using $1,000, right? And I love using money math. If you would have even put down, let's say you did $1,000 a week, right? And that gets you $7 cost per lead. You're talking about 142 people signing up. If you got 30% of people to show up, you're talking about 42 people. If you close 10% of the room, that's 4.2 people. If you're doing it twice a week, now you're getting 8 people to buy. If you got a $2,000 offer, now you're talking about $16,000, right? 32,000 every 2 weeks. That's $64,000 in a month.
Boy, broke that down fast and easy and
so
smooth.
People start to think, well, how are people making all this money? Because money's not hard to make. It's you don't have the clarity and certainty and a mentor to show you how to break down the money math. You can't go what you can't see. A lot of people say, I want to make $1 million. Okay, how much is that a month? They don't know that they need to make $83,333,000 a month. They don't know that that's $20,000 every single week. So what we do is we help people reverse engineer these things so they can see it. Because if they can see it, then they can seize it.
Nah, that's a lot of game. That's a lot of game right there. I ain't gonna lie.
You can smile, bro.
He's cooking.
Nah, that's a lot of game. So I definitely wanted to kind of get because I know you guys are hosting a 3-day challenge, helping people make their first $1 million. So for any mentee that joins this program, what are some of the things that it's gonna take them from where they're at currently? Let's say they might be stuck on $10,000, $20,000 a month, and now they join your program. What are some things that you guys are going to help them with to get them over that 10K, 20K a month and put them in another, 100K day, 100K month? What are some things that you guys are going to put them through?
Yeah, so it's gonna be 3 components. I'll go over the first one. Getting people access to capital. So that's what we specialize as credit and funding stuff. So we gotta put that in there. So the first thing is gonna be all right, how do we position you where we can get you access to your first maybe $100,000, $200,000 in business funding for your business? So this is us leveraging our methods of business credit card stacking methods where people can get 0% interest money. We can be able to liquidate credit cards and be able to put it into marketing, right? And they're gonna talk about marketing, the other side of it. But we have learned the art of mastering the bank's money, right, and other people's money. The number one things I say to people is this: why do y'all focus on everything else when this is the number one thing that gets you access to unlimited amount of money?
Facts.
We go outside, we go on vacation, we be with the girls, we be with the men, we watch TV, we play video games, we play sports at the LA Fitness, we do all these different things. None of those things make you no money or get you access to no money. But the number one thing that gets you access to unlimited amount of money, we put on the back burner. You can get approved for $100,000 faster than you can save it. You can get approved for $100,000 faster than you can work for it. So why would you do those? So once you learn the art of mastering the money game, You don't have a money problem anymore. So we want to teach y'all not to have a money problem anymore by learning the funding game, so you can have the money to pay for either more further mentorship or put into marketing that people need to scale the business.
Yeah, I was gonna say a 2-piece component for me is most people know how to go to school, graduate, get a good job. And we see how that has landed a lot of us. It hasn't really worked out. Like, I don't know nobody who went to college, graduated, got a job, and making millions of dollars. But the goal is to become a millionaire, right? So then why am I going to continuously go to school, graduate, get degrees? Like, I know people got more degrees than the thermometer, and it's crazy. I'm talking about just don't know nothing, still calling me, asking me, texting me, begging for money. So the reality is I want to change your mindset to help you understand how money is made. Money is not always made on your feet, but sometimes it's made in your sleep. So you got to learn how to create digital products and services that you can put into your business that'll make you money continuously 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like, I got a lot of my mentees who, they don't have to go out and run a webinar in order to make money, but because they're selling ebooks and selling courses in the link in the bio, most people are going viral on social platforms, but they got no link in the bio. It's a lot of people that look pretty, but ain't getting paid. They popular, but they ain't getting paid. You got 1 million followers every single month. What if everybody is watching this? What if for every single follower that you got, they gave you $1 every single month? Think about that. People got 5, 10,000, 15, 20, 30,000 followers, but ain't making no money off their followers. It's because you don't have any digital products and services in your business that you have learned how to create. We teach them the 4 pillars of entrepreneurial success: to create an ebook, create a course, create a mentorship program, and create what's called a continuity offer, which is either going to be a paid community or a SaaS. You got to create these products and services that allow people, when they come to your page, no matter if it's your TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, no matter what page you have, they click the link in the bio, they're more likely to buy something off of a piece of content that spoke directly to them as a buyer. But a lot of people are creating content, but they ain't selling nothing. So we're going to teach you how to not only create content that consistently converts people from just being a client to converting them into a paid person, but we also going to show you how to create these digital products and services because nobody has anything to sell. Make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
Then they get even crazier. We're going to show them really how to blow up their brand, right? Because when you look at us, like, when you think of the biggest 3 in the industry, you think of us, and it's only because you've seen us everywhere, right? So a lot of people are the best at what they do, right? The best doctors, the best tax strategists, best credit repair specialists, but they're the best kept secret because nobody knows them. If I don't know you exist, I can't shop with you. So we're going to show you how to, yes, create the content, but how do I like to say, skip the line. Like, when people come pay me for mentorship, they come pay us. We want y'all to skip the line. We don't want you waiting, I got to wait till these people graduate, then I'm up next. No, you up now, right? But you got to learn how to leverage, right? So, for example, podcasts. That's one of the biggest ways that we've all blew up our brand, right? We've collectively been on over 100 podcasts, right? So, like, most people don't know, when I go on a podcast, what do? Like he said earlier, they watch it from the outside instead of the inside. So they're saying, okay, I'm watching you go on this podcast, and then boom, not knowing that there's a back end play, not knowing that you want to take people from a podcast to something free, whether it's your ebook, your masterclass, your digital product or service that's free. Why? Because the name of the game, most people think the objection of a sale is to make money. It's not. The objection is to sell, is to create a customer, because a customer will shop with you for a lifetime. So we're going to teach you these nuances that you can't figure out on your own. So you're going for the $10 sale thinking, where I made $10 today, not knowing that a person who will come with you for free will shop with you over and over and over again, right? Also, we talk about influencer pages, blog pages, shout out pages, right? Pages who are in your industry, who have hundreds of thousands or even millions of followers. We're going to show you how to get in front of these people, driving back to your page, driving back to your free webinar or your digital product that you have, so that you can make what we call sleep money, like he talked about, right? But then we want to show you, how do I keep the money? A lot of people, they can make the money, but how do you actually keep the money, right? We'll talk about systems, saving you some time, energy, and money. So most people don't got systems, which is why they're hustling. They're in the DMs, they're in the emails, they're creating the content, they're doing the coaching calls, they're doing the service, and they're doing all of these things. But the problem is, you can't grow a business because you're capped. So we're going to show you how to implement systems, automations, workflows that are actually going to allow you to be a CEO. Because when you operate on the business instead of in the business, now you can actually grow to that $1 million a year.
I do, because that's real good, but I do want to jump into like the side of like, you know, like paid traffic, you know, using social media the right way, because now, you know, there's times where you can go out, like not times, you can actually go out and pay to get in front of your audience, you know. But my first question is, what's the most amount of money you've ever spent on ads, like meta ads before?
Yeah.
Like,
we talking about in a day or a week or a year? Like,
shit, I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I think one of my birthday campaigns, I believe I spent like $200,000 in 1 month. But I spend 7 figures every year, and it keeps having to grow, because if I made If I spent 1.5 last year and made 6, I mean, this year I understand that 1.5 made me 6, but what if I would have spent 3? So even if I'm spending $1 million and $2 million, I need to spend more. Like people that spending 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, like the reason why you only made what you made is because you didn't spend more money. Everybody know the line of you got to spend the money to make the money. If I asked 100 people that, all 100 people raise their hand. But why don't we do that in our business? Why don't we truly take that to heart and do that? So that's about how much money I spent. They can say how much money.
Yeah, so here's my math. I realized after being in the digital space consistently, running ads and paying for paid traffic the last 4+ years. Now, I've been entrepreneur since 2008. I went full-time in 16, and then I got into the digital space right around like 2019. And so for me, it's like my 6th, 7th year, give or take, in this digital space, not just like providing a service and hustling and doing like that, like just actually being a digital entrepreneur. I realized that my ROAS, which is ROAS, return on ad spend, was like between 5 and 6. So I said to myself, well, hell, if I could spend $2-3 million a year on ads, then if I spend $2 million, I'm gonna make between 10, 11, 12 million. So I said, well, I'm gonna spend $2 to $3 million minimum every single year on ads, so that way I can make my $10 million plus, so I could continue to make 8 figures a year. So last year I spent 6.9 million, so you can do
the math. Yeah. For me, the most we spent in a month was $160,000, and that was probably our biggest month. We did like $490,000.
So now we talk about spending the money. How do we know, like, all right, cool, like, for example, how to calculate the ROAS, how to, make sure that we get some. And then on top of that too, like, how do you know the ad creatives? Like, some people may do skits where they toss it some in the air. Next thing you know, you waiting for it to come down. And then boom, it's the ad creative. Like, how do y'all create ads and calculate it?
When you're in the info product space, we've tested all type of ads. But I see the best return on, like, okay, one of the biggest, let me this is good for your audience. One of the biggest misconceptions that a lot of people have is they think lower CPL is always better. That's the biggest lie that people think.
Tell them what CPL is.
Yeah, CPL is cost per lead. So when you see your cost per lead at $1 or $2 or $3, you're thinking, wow, I can get a lot of registrants to my webinar or whatever I'm doing for cheap. But the problem is, cheap leads oftentimes leads to cheap quality people. So you could have 1,000 people in a room, but if none of them know why they're there, if none of them don't understand the messaging or they don't understand the point of the offer, they're now not going to buy, right? So what I tell you is the number one thing to get good at is your messaging, like I spoke to earlier, talking to who you're talking to, right? Like for this specific campaign, we're talking to people who are at 6 figures looking to get to 7 figures, right? So every ad, we call out a specific person. For example, not, hey, I help everybody get 100K in funding, hit me up, I got you. That's gonna get everybody. Instead, we say, are you an established business owner that's making $10,000 or more a month? If so, and you're looking to scale, you need more inventory, you need to hire. We are doing XYZ where we're gonna help you get the capital to be able to scale. Because the specific words from start to scale attracts 2 different audience. So now, even if I only get 100 people in the room versus the first 1,000 people in the room, if I can convert now 30% of the room, because like he said, when your messaging is on point, marketing is unnecessary, 30 times a higher price offer I can make because that crowd makes money. Now this is how I make more money when it comes to Facebook ads, right? So your messaging is super important. And I tell people, don't worry as much about having a lower cost per lead. Worry about messaging and having the right people.
And I'm gonna say this when it comes to ads and creatives, because you asked about creatives. Most people think it's like what you think is gonna be that you need to create, or how you feel about this specific piece of content. I feel like this is the right one, or I think this is the best one. It's not about what you think or how you feel. It's about the numbers. It's about the data. So what you do is you have to test a lot. And people don't even test enough to find the winning ad. What they do is they create 1, 2, 3, maybe even get to 5 ads. And they're like, I'm just going to run these through my whole campaign. And they just run it. And they're just like, all right, this is what happened. No, that is like the worst thing you can do. What you need to do is you need to create 50 to 100 different ad creatives. You need to test all of them, and then you let the data tell you the winning ones, and then you start dumping more money into that winning one or those couple winning ones. That will give you a way better odds of which one is working. So you ask like, well, what are we supposed to do? We don't even know which ones are the best ones yet because the data has to tell us. So if we test enough and we figure out the one that's hitting, so what that means is if I test 10 different ad creatives that I put on my ads manager, all right, so we spend $100 on each one, right? Then, well, what if ad 1 get 0 sales, ad 2 get 10 sales, ad 3 get 2 sales, right? Well, which one got the most sales? Okay, ad number 4 got all like 17 sales. Ad number 8 only got 1 did 0 sales. Well, we know, ding, 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 this is the winning one. Well, if that's proven that this one is converting very well, how do we dump a lot of money into that one? Because we know that that's a winning ad. But is it off how we think or how we feel? No. It's off the numbers. It's off the data. The data has told us that this is the winning one. So then we put more money on the winning one. Then that conversion out of that one's going to be very high because we tested it first and then dump money into it.
And then off of that, look, when you get that best performing ad, you take the transcript. You put the transcript, you put it in ChatGPT, and you tell ChatGPT, this was my best performing ad. I need you to create me 10 other scripts around this ad that will get me the leads that came in because this was a high quality lead. So now you're going to get 10 different hooks, 10 different bodies, 10 different call to actions. But all of them are now based off of that winning ad.
Yeah, that's a lot of game.
Then now, hold on. Now if that's a winning ad, I'm gonna retarget everybody that looks just alike. So I'm gonna do the looking like ads, and I'm gonna target people that's buying that look similarly to those people. But that ain't even the good part. The good part is this: most people don't make money because they don't get in front of that camera. So when you see their ad, it's a still image. It might be them with their arms folded, they chilling on a Lamborghini or car. It ain't gonna work, my boy. You can have 50 of them, but we gonna cook you because when you have video ads, those get 400% more views than a regular ad, than a still image. So you gotta have variations though, because you could have a still image that might cook. It might get a decent cost per lead. You never know, right? But the reality is that we need all these different variations. So how about you have 20 different still images and you have 20 different videos? Then this is how you create your content 2 different ways. Hook value offer, hook story offer. Hook them, give them some value, offer. Hook them, tell them a story, offer. Are you stuck at $10,000 a month right now and you're looking to get to your first 7 figures? Here go the story part. Well, I got a mentee that I've helped make $1.4 million in 8 months because she took my offer based upon her wanting to take her expertise and go digital. Here's the offer part. So I gave the hook, I gave the story, the offer part. I'm hosting a 3-day masterclass. I'm gonna show you exactly the strategies that I broke down to her that she was able to take in 8 months, make $1.4 million. Click the link below.
Cook.
Boom.
Yeah, I might have to charge for this.
I ain't gonna lie. All right, hold on, y'all.
You see what I'm saying? So think about this. Imagine a still image saying, do you want to, just words. A still image is saying some words. Versus me talking to you like, yo, bro, talking to me. You feel convicted. You feel that pain. You're like, oh, shoot, he talking to me. You're going to click that link. Versus scrolling past my picture. No, you're going to click that link. You're going to click that link, bro. And it's the reality is that I'm solving your problem. You stuck between, let's just say, being a successful business owner, working a job, and spending more time with your family. I'm about to give you time freedom back. I'm about to help you leave your job. I'm gonna help you go from $10,000 a month to $40,000 a month to $50,000 a month. We're gonna consistently graduate. By the time we get done with you at $100K a month. So if you're looking at this episode, you say, "Nah, them boys know something." Yeah, we do know something. You best to click whatever link in this description and come get with us so that way we can help you out. That's the point of it. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta think about it. Price is only an issue in the absence of value. Either you're gonna pay with your time, you're gonna pay with your money. If you pay with neither one of them, you still gonna pay life for not having the answers to the test called life. So you can watch this episode and say, "No, I ain't gonna go to their class." Okay, it's free though. Then you gotta pay with your time first. Then at the end, if we give you an opportunity to get coached by us, then you gotta pay with your money. Then after that, you gotta pay attention. So then guess what? You've exchanged a little bit of money to go learn how to make a lot of bit of money. Where there's fair exchange, there's no robbery. But don't rob yourself. And try to keep your money in your hand. You ain't keeping no money, you paying either way it go. Life charges more than mentorship and coaching. We learned that the hard way. Because we was broke for a long time before we got rich. Long time. But you got to think, look at what life charged us before we became millionaires, bro. Life charged us a whole lot. Now that we're on the other side, what we do is we come together, we reaching back and we teaching the people.
No, that's a lot of game. And last thing I did want to touch on the ads is, us doing podcasting, we realize how powerful like marketing is because a lot of times it's really hard for people to buy from you from that first time. So even when you're running ads, that initial ad might not get a lot of sales, and that's when Dion came in and said, we retarget. So then you go and shoot another ad creative. So it kind of makes sense when thinking back, like how much, like why you guys spend so much money on the ads because you don't want to miss an eyeball. So I did want to jump into, You wanted to.
Go
I wanted to jump into.
like, nigga, I was about to say for real. That question for real.
I did want to jump into how you guys would like what would be the step? Because I know we kind of touched into a little bit, but taking somebody who joins the program like today, and like what would be that blueprint to get them, $10K, $100K, and eventually $1 million a year? Like what changes? Like what are you guys throwing in there? Like, is it more virtual events? Is it like, spending more money on ads? Like how do people really scale to that $1 million mark?
0 to 10, 10 to
yeah,
50,
like what's going on in between to get them to
So I think when you talk about like what we're doing specifically, this is like the first thing is a mindset shift, right? Like we're going to talk about all the skills, marketing, funding, webinars, all of that. But the first shift is here, right? Because like most people don't realize the only way your life changes is if your actions change. And when we say that, a lot of people think, oh, it sounds like fluff. Like people are like, just give me the game, just give me the game. When the reality is you can go on YouTube and all the info's there. Everyone got YouTube, it's free, but everybody ain't rich, right? And the problem is most people don't understand that you have to have a mind shift in how you think about yourself and how you think about money, right? Your level of your income will never exceed your level of personal development. That's why when we talk about what we spent, we don't do it it's not a flex. It's to tell you that the reason we make the money we make is because we've been educated. Like if I want to get A's on the test, if I want to go and ace this podcast test, why the hell would I do it on my own if you two have already done it? You already know what cameras to buy. You already know what tripods to buy. I'm going to go buy the wrong tripods, the wrong stands, and it's going to cost me more in the long haul. So this is what most people do. Most people ask their cousin, their auntie, their sister, what do you think about this business idea? The problem is their cousin, their auntie, and sister has never had any idea in their life. What we do is we go ask people who have already passed business, who have already aced businesses, how do we get the answers to this test? And that's why we're able to pass. And what happens is the sooner you get to your dream life, the longer you get to enjoy it. Most people, if they ever get rich, they get rich slow because they're trying to figure it out on their own. People think the most important thing is money. It's not. It's not. The most important thing you have is time. It's the only unlimited resource. I can always get back more money, but I can never get back more time. So these are the type mindset shifts that we have to have people shift in themselves every single day, which is why we do a half hour of just mindset work, because we realize everything starts with here. It goes mindset first, then skill set second, then tool set last. So that's the first shift.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's like I can give a person all the information, all the game. Everything that we talk about, you can go YouTube, you can chat GPT, but the reality is that you're not going to know how to execute the play. Like that's just the truth. And so I think a lot of it is, yes, it's in the mindset, but it's really like the mindset helps you do what I like to talk about, which is the person that you become. Like if you can't become a person who stops making excuses, you're never going to win. If you can't become a person who can say, okay, I actually can go win. Like most people don't believe that they can make $1 million a year. They're not even gonna have that conversation. You ever try to have a conversation with a family member or friend of yours, you talk about the success that you want to have and they try to keep changing the topic? You're like, bro, like I can't even have a conversation with you. Like I can't really talk to you because you're not at the level that I'm looking to go to. So the reality is that once we could get a person to, like he said, the mindset changes and shift, then they have to really develop and become a different person. Once you become a different person who don't want to do certain things, like I think that one thing that we've mastered is not about what we do actually do, is what we don't do. Like I think we've mastered not wanting to smoke. I think we've mastered not getting drunk. I think we mastered not caring about going to the club. I think we've mastered and we say, well, listen, you go to the club, we go to the bank, we're not the same. Bro, we're rich already and we're trying to get richer. But why is the rich people working harder than the person that's broke? I don't understand. So we got to help the people once they get their mindset together, then they develop into a totally different person, because now your environment is shifting you and making you change. So now you fighting yourself. You're saying, well, hold on, wait a minute. Damn, like people get in our program and they say, bro, I really feel like I could not go to work. I could run this webinar and I can make the same money that my job would have paid me. And then they start doing it consistently because they believe that they can do it. Once you believe it, it's everything else is impossible. Like for me, when I made my first $1 million, all it took for me was just say, I want to make $1 million in a year. That was it. Everything about me, everything in my body, my mind, my spirit, my soul, it was in direct alignment with $1 million in a year. Prior to that, I never made it because I never said it. I never went after it. It was something that I never really thought that I could do. So once I became that person that I realized that I could be to make $1 million a year, I started to say it. And once I said it, I saw it, I started telling everybody around me, I started writing it down, I started coming up with a plan to actually do it, and I looked up. In my first year as a million, I made $1.7 million, and I didn't even know I made the money. I was just working, but I realized how I did it because I had documented the whole entire process. So it's like, yeah, you want to, man, we could teach till we blue in the face. If you don't believe it, you don't have your mindset shift, you don't become that person. Because I tell people all the time, life is doing two things: either working for you or it's working on you. So I had a season, he had a season where life just consistently worked on us until it started working for us. So right now, life is kicking everybody's ass and it's working on you. But it's waiting on you to become the person so that way you can go do the thing that you were called to do so that it can start working for you. That makes sense?
Yeah, I'm gonna go tactical though, because they went with what they supposed to go. But one thing that people slack at in order for them to scale their business is going to be making more offers. So we said it, but let me break it down. Some people got a core offer. Most people don't got like a premium offer. A lot of people don't have a continuity offer. All right. A lot of people don't understand how to double their leads. So these components of what people need, we need to teach you how to do them. So once you got an offer right as a core offer, you need to have an upsell. So a lot of people don't understand, well, what do I do with an upsell? What should I offer an upsell? Well, you have to solve the next problem of what the client that just paid you are going to have next. So if you cut somebody hair with $1,000, okay, the next thing they're going to need is a lineup. They need to be clean line. You know what I'm saying? The next thing they need is the beard shape up. So like, what could you do with an offer if you teach somebody, if I clean somebody credit, the next thing they need to build it. The next thing you do, they get it funded. So it's like a tiered offer to where you need to solve the next problem. So you need to make more offers. Some people only got one offer to where they could be making more money by having a second tier offer, but they don't even have it. The next thing they need to have is a continuity. So this is reoccurring. One of my mentors told me one time, if you don't have a reoccurring in your business, you don't have a business. I said, man, I'm making 6 figures. What do you mean I don't got a business? He's like, if you don't have a reoccurring in your business, you don't have a business. You go chase sales every day. I have autopilot money coming to my bank account every day. And boy, that shifted my mind real hard. And I had to figure out real fast what I was going to do to put something in my business that was reoccurring so that I can stop waking up every day and every month in the red, or every month in the red, like, because you got to pay your personal expenses and business expenses. And that's that type of person that don't got no reoccurring. You on the first of the month, wake up in the red. You got to pay expenses, kids, food, rent, car notes, insurance, all everything. You waking up in the red. What I do is I wake up on the first day of the month up $90,000 to $100,000 already in my bank account on the first of the month. Now I'm up in the green when I start. And then all the rest of the money I make in the rest of the month is all net to the pocket. So now business change. Your business will be able to scale faster because you have more money for marketing. You have more money for hiring. You have more money to be able to hire people for content or to be, doing ads or whatever the case may be, whatever you need to be able to scale your business for real. And you got your time back. Because now you're buying your time back. So now you got more freedom to do things that's going to be generating money activities versus being in the business that's going to keep you stuck. So those components are things we need to teach people how to do them and how to scale them with webinars and ads and things of that nature. Once they get those other offers, how to be able to get that initial sale and then do upsells to be able to make more money out of the business.
Cool. And think about this. What he just basically said was you just giving a person a business plan. Like there's a lot of business owners, but they don't really own a business because they don't have no plans. Like they going day to day, week to week, month to month, and they struggling. They're not waking up with no money that's hitting their account digitally. They're not waking up every single month and they already the bills is paid because they got an actual plan that they got from a coach and a mentor. Like he got that. He said my mentor said this, and I immediately acted on it. And now I'm making $100,000 plus every single month to do nothing. He's making $100,000 a month to do nothing, while you got people struggling to try to make their first 5, first 10. Do you think you don't think that you could learn something from somebody that's making 6 figures on autopilot? Like I got a recurring model. I make 6 figures on autopilot. You don't think that you could learn something from somebody that's making 6 figures on autopilot? You're crazy to think that you can't. But the reality is that either you're going to continue to be crazy and think crazy, or you're going to start thinking crazier and do crazier, which is say, I'm gonna get with somebody that's going to show me how to really make this money. To hear what my mama think, my cousin, my best friend, my auntie, my uncle, because those are the people that are keeping you stagnant. I ain't listening to nobody that I would switch bank accounts with. You can't say nothing to me. I ain't trying to hear nothing you talk about. But you got to develop into a mindset to get to that point. Because everybody is trying to tell you what you should and what you shouldn't do, but they've never gone where you're looking to go. It's crazy.
Yeah, they say 83% of people who are millionaires have had mentorship at one point in their life.
Exactly.
So essentially, I'm a numbers guy, right? Everything I do is what is working. So if I see 8 out of 10 people who made $1 million, ain't no way I'm about to assume I'm gonna make that top 17%. So I say success leaves clues, right? You can either lock in with people who've been where you're looking to go, or you could keep watching from the sideline.
Yeah. That's good. My last final question is, when you guys are dealing with mentees and people coming inside your program, what do you see about the people that like, all right, cool, like they really gonna win for real?
Oh, that's easy. I know. I be knowing which one's gonna go off and which ones don't. And the number one thing is gonna be execution time frame, bro. It's like it's some people that come in there and then they do something, looking through things and like, all right, Smitty, I got that done. What's next? I said, I give them the next one. All right, Smitty, I tried it. It didn't work, but I'm going to try it again. I tried it again. It didn't work. I'm trying it again. Smitty, that one worked. What's next? It's like their execution time frame on a fucking 1,000. You know what I mean? That's just like us. That when we come into people programs, that's how they be looking at us. Like they like, okay, go do 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3 done. What's next? They be like, hey, you did that already? Like, yes, that's how serious I am. But like, that's one thing. And then people that try over and over again, that are like relentless and get obsessed with it. This is what I see people being successful too. It's like, because you heard me saying that sequence I just said, I tried and it failed, Smitty. So I'm not being like fake, like everything just gonna work on the first time you doing it. Right. No, it's not. But do you have the willingness, if something don't work, and to trust the mentor that did 8 figures, if you get coached by me, I said to do that, keep doing it until it works. And then you do it one time or you quit. Or you do it one time and it don't work. And then you do it again and it don't work. And then you do it a third time and then finally got it because you was relentless. That type of trait in the people that I see that come in, they win. And the third component of people that win is they're willing to spend the money like I would have spent the money if they had the money. You know what I'm saying? The money that they have. They're willing to spend the money. So if I say go on this podcast, it costs $25,000, they go do it. If I say you got to spend double or triple the amount of money on your marketing and ads, they go do it. If I go say you got to go create 100 different ad creatives, they don't get the, oh man, that's too much work. No, they like, you know what, Smitty? Where the videographer at? How many different angles I need to do? I mean, do this ad, you do that ad. And it's like, once that person start doing that, I know that they're going to go and the farthest they're going to go.
I'll just add to it, and I'll say it's very similar. The people that have paid and they've gone to be ultra successful is like, no matter what I say do, no matter whether they understand it or not, they just do it. Like they don't ask, they don't say, well, what if this doesn't work? No. They just go and do it. Like it's like they have tricked their mind into saying, what if it don't work versus what if it do work? Like it's like they see what I could see. It's like it's weird because the vision that we have is crazy. Like we only see how to win. And when you get a mentee that only you could take like, oh no, she got it, he got it. You could just see, bro. You say do this, like he said. You say do this. They ain't asking no questions. Hey, I got it done. What we doing next? Like it's the execution time frame, bro. And like he said, no matter what they do, they may not understand it, but they lean on our understanding. So what we do is they brought our confidence, which I call as Godfidence. Like it's that God-like confidence that God has already instilled in us that no matter what we feel like we want to do, like I feel like I want to make $1 million training dollars, I can do it. It don't matter what I do. I'm just going to cook. It don't matter what I'm going to do. I'm just going to figure it out. It don't matter how. It don't matter what I'm doing, bro. I'm selling goldfish. I'm gonna make $1 million selling goldfish. That's just the belief system that I have. And so what happens is when people come in your program, and you can see when people borrow your belief system, they borrow that confidence, and they say, bro, whatever you tell me to do, I'm gonna do it. No questions asked. They spending whatever money. They going out. They getting on podcasts. They running ads. They showing up for their classes. They consistent with marketing strategies, bro. It's execution over excuses. I think it's just one of those people that they just really tired of losing, bro. They tired of watching people on Instagram winning their best life. They tired of hearing about, oh, you just it's like you got to think. Some people look at social media, they look at us, they look at whatever y'all, whatever, and they looking at people. Oh, I made $10,000 this month, I made $50,000, I made $100,000 this month. You done took your girl on a trip to Italy, and you come back, you went to Mexico, and then you just living your best life. People get tired of watching that, bro. I was tired of watching that. I was tired of looking at the people that I was looking up to who are now my peers. I was tired of watching bro buy his girlfriend a new car. I was tired of him riding in a Lamborghini and I'm over here in this BM. Bro, I don't want it no more, bro. I don't want it no more, bro. Y'all can have, I want what you got. So how do I do that? I gotta go pay you. If you live in a lifestyle that I want to live and you performing at the level I want to perform at, I need to pay you because you know what I need to know. So as long as I can pay you to extract the information, I can have the lifestyle that you got. I tell people all the time, if you can figure out what's in my head, you can have what's in my hand. If you know what I know, you can make the money that I have. It's simple. 1 + 1 = 2. People go to college all day long. College ain't making millionaires. They create workers. He just said it. 83% of people have that make millions of dollars have coaches. Coaches and mentors create millionaires. So find you one. Pick one. I don't care who it is. It ain't got to be us if you don't want it to be. But you better get you a coach. You better get you a mentor. But why not the 3 best in the game? It only makes sense. So now you ain't got to pick one or the other. You get all 3 at the same time.
That's good. That's good. What I'll say is, our company motto is, I tell all my mentees first day, think less, do more, right? Because too many people are thinking way too much and not doing enough, right? And the problem is most people, they think themselves out their spot. So they say what they do. I'll say what they don't do. The people who I see, what they don't do is they don't allow their failures from yesterday to dictate what they do tomorrow, right? They come in with the mindset of, okay, I understand that it might not work the first time, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do it scared. I'm going to do it when I don't feel like it. I'm going to do it when it's uncomfortable. Because, for example, content, everyone hates the way they sound. They hate the way they look. They think they got pimples. They think that people are watching them. It's like, you're not that important. What people want is, the truth is, you're not that important, bro. People want to know how can you help them, right? So what they don't do is they don't be too smart for their own good. There be some people, they too smart for their own good. They got more degrees than a thermometer, but they ain't got no PhD, right? They ain't got no MBA. See, what we got is an MBA, a massive bank account. So we want to teach people how to get these type of MBAs because most people, they got their degrees, and they don't realize that they've been programmed wrong. You went through the traditional college system. If you don't like your bank account, it ain't working. You got to learn a new set of skills, right? Untraditional skills. I'm telling you, people be so smart, they be like, yeah, go do this. They be just analyzing. Oh, but what's going to happen on step 10? Don't worry about step 10. You on step 2, you worry about step 10. We'll get there when we get there, y'all. The most successful people, I say, they go one step after the other, after the other. They just running. They just doing what we say. They're coachable, right? If you're not coachable, then it's going to be hard for you to be successful. Michael Jordan had a coach. Steph Curry has a coach. Kobe Bryant had a coach. All the greats, they have coaches. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that extraordinary people do ordinary things more often. So everyone wants to know what's all the extras and the fancy gadgets. The people who getting busy on our program, they're not talking about no fancy gadgets. They're talking about, coach, what play do I need to run and when do I run it? That's it. That's the difference between successful and non-successful people.
Now that's a whole lot of game. And just to close off, I just want to ask you guys, like, what was like the best financial year for you guys, and like what went into creating that financial year, whether it was like you made your first 2-3 million or like what went into your best financial year? Like, what did you do? Like, what events did you do? What virtual events did you do? How much did you spend on ads? Like, what went into like your best financial year you ever had yet?
For me, it was this past year. We did $3.3 million. I think the thing that got us there was I finally just locked in on one thing, right? A lot of entrepreneurs, they say, oh, they get FOMO. Oh, VSL works, challenge works, webinar works, low ticket works. The reality is I looked at my skill sets, and you have to identify your skill sets, which we're going to teach you how to do in the street, is how to identify what's the best for you, right? For me, okay, cool. I'm very good at speaking to people. I'm very good at communicating. I'm very good at interacting with people, right? So I said, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in on one business model, and I'm going to run this one play every single month. So now what happens is my whole business gets dialed in, because when I'm doing VSL one day, challenges one day, webinars one day, low ticket one day, my team is all over the place. So now a person who's doing everything can't optimize on everything. So what we did is we dialed in on the system so everything gets better. My inbound, my outbound, my automations, my workflows, my ability to show up and know how to communicate with my people, right? My ability for my people to see me consistently doing one thing, right? Everything is better when you're consistent with one thing. I would say that was the thing that catapulted us. Previously, the year before, we had did 1.3. So we had a 3x jump in 1 year, right? 200% gain in our business in the past year. In terms of advertisement, I want to say we spent, I think, $685,000, close to $700,000. So when you look at the math and you talk about, 700 to make 3 million, I would say what is that? 5x return in total law? 7 times 5 is about 35. Mm-hmm. So almost a 7.5x ROI return. 7.5 ROAS, right, in terms of your business. So when you talk about evaluating numbers, these are the things that business owners are looking for.
I'll keep it simple. For me, I've had some crazy years, some crazy numbers. I consistently was making 6 figures for over a decade before I really got to scale my business up. So my last 6-figure year was 2021. In 2022, I did 1.7 million, which is my first $1 million year. And then in 2023, we did 8 figures. And ever since then, we've been doing 8 figures. And I think for me, it's just really more so I stopped trying to focus on like making more money every single year. I'm gonna be honest with you, because when you touch so much paper, it just really kind of get like whatever. So for me, like, I'm just being honest, bro. Like I just got to the point. I'm being serious, bro. Like that's just I got to the point where I said, bro, I'm making so much paper. And then you gotta think, like, y'all crazy.
So wrong with him.
I'm for real, bro. I had just got to a point where I was just like, man, I'm gonna just focus on how much money I make over a lifetime. Like that's okay. Like I'm telling y'all, like once you get to the point where you're making so much money, it's like you stop trying to just make more money every single year. And you just want to like get to a point to where you have like a quarterly set game plan. Like every 90 days, I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna focus on this one strategy. I'm gonna execute on this. I'm gonna spend pretty much roughly about this amount of money. I know I'm gonna make this amount of money, and I'm just gonna keep it going. Like that's just what it's been for me. Like for me to make the kind of money that I made, make the quantum leaps financially. I think the biggest shift, which is what he asked for me to make the most money, is I stopped providing a service and I started serving people. This is where my company motto, Love on the People, came from, because I said, well, if I can stop worrying about how much money I make and I can start helping people make money, like I know that if I put the people before the money is going to come, because the people are the byproduct of the money anyway. So if I can help people make more money, then by law, I'm going to make more money. So when I started to create more thousandaires and more millionaires, by default, I made more money. Like when you get to a point to where you just making so much money, you cooking, like, bro, you just need to just focus on how much money am I just gonna make over a lifetime, and how many more people can I help make money. That's my law. I ain't like, I know I'm gonna cook every year, I'm gonna be good, but who can I help? How many people can I help make $1 million now? That's the biggest thing for me. Like right now, I got like close to 40 people that I've helped make $1 million, like become millionaires. I gotta hit that 100. Like that's the kind of stuff that I think about. Like how can I get to 100 people? So like when we did this, my first million mentorship, if we could get a good 20 people out of this last group that we got that make $1 million, cool, I could add 20 to my 40. Now I'm at 60. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of numbers that I'm looking for. I'm not looking to just continuously increase my bank account. I'm looking to increase other people's bank account.
Yeah, so man, my first $1 million year was 2022, I believe. And it's been an increase every year. So, 1 million, 3 million, 5 million, 6 million. Last year I made like 5 point something. I don't know, close to 6. But what's been my most thing that has kept scaling my business every year, because I make more money every year of my life since 2022, and I ain't gonna stop this year. All right, and it's always been one lever pull. It was to spend more money.
That's it.
and the more I get more mentorships, the more I look at the numbers, the more I look at everything. And it's like, well, if you spent $2 million last year and made this, and what if you just spent $4 million? You probably be like 12, 13, 14 million. Like, bro, spend double the money and shit. Like, and I keep saying it. Mentors keep telling, and it's like you do it a little bit, but something tell you back. So like this year, I'm really fluent on. I'm going to spend as much money as humanly possible so I can make money as humanly possible this year that I possibly could. And even with us, our campaign was super huge last time. But even with us, we like, man, to impact more people, to reach more people, we're going to spend quadruple amount of money this time on a marketing campaign to make sure we're seen everywhere by everybody, by every eyeball that can possibly be able to see. We want to be able to be seen by it. And I think just if people could get the right framework that converts and be willing to have the guts to go spend the money, to make the money like y'all say that y'all know that you're supposed to, then you will make more money. And then double, triple, quadruple down. How you say 5X down? How you say that? I don't know how to say that. 6X down. Octa down. You know what I'm saying? 8 times down on this thing that's already working. Just double, triple, quadruple down on that. I just keep scaling that one thing up, and up. I feel like everybody can have the opportunity to be able to scale, but you're definitely gonna need some guidance, some help to do it.
Yeah. That's good. That's a lot of game. Nah, I feel like, anybody who joins into, this challenge, like they're going to get a lot of value out of it. They definitely going to extract a lot of value from it. I mean, the proof is in this episode. Like y'all, like all three of y'all definitely doing a lot of great things. And, y'all providing people with information that, that could never leave them. So, once they get that framework and they know it, it's like, that's something that they could consistently make money with. So, definitely, I feel like this was a lot of value. I did want to close up and ask you guys too, like, being that making a lot of money, real successful, where do you guys where do you guys want to go with it? Like, is it like I want to reach 100 millionaires and then I kind of step into another lane? Because I definitely look like you guys work extremely hard. I'm pretty sure some nights you guys probably don't sleep, up working. And a lot of times some people, when it comes to the money side, you know, a lot of them, they also value the freedom side as well too. So how do you guys balance that out and make sure, you know, you still got time for family, you know, you still got time to do things you know you want to do?
Yeah, it's a struggle. I'll be honest, it's a struggle being at this level. And you know me, I got a family, I got kids, I got a wife and stuff like that. So I just try my best to balance. I've been getting more into taking trips and stuff like that, just to spend more time with family. But the biggest thing for me, and the beautiful thing for me, I think that I'm gonna end up transitioning to in the next 2-3 years is I went to an event in Florida, and I spoke at one of my y'all know Lois, one of my mentees event.
Yeah.
And she had a room with like 60 girls in there. And so one of the first things I said when I spoke is I said, y'all need to realize that this room was created off a decision that I had made years ago during the pandemic. I said, had I never decided to step into my lane, into my calling and coaching, I said, Lois would have never been able to pay me to coach her. And she would have never been able to become a coach. And y'all wouldn't be in this room. For me, that hit me. I'm looking like I damn near was responsible for creating this room. Like I got mentees who are now the biggest in the game. Like Lois is one of the biggest nurses in the nursing game. Then you got Ebony. She's one of the biggest in the nursing game. You know what I'm saying? You got people like Darius Myers, the biggest in the courier deliveries. And he's hosting events and got hundreds of people there. Joy Hunt, you know, she's in all of our program. Like, she the biggest in the game. Like, she got, like, we going to speak at her event this Sunday. Like, bro, we creating these people that are creating these rooms. So for me, I want to get into a lane in a space where we doing exactly what we're doing now, which is continues to create millionaires, continues to create coaches, because I feel like college is not just, it can't be the only end all be all. And I think that we continue to keep sending these kids to college and thinking that that's the way. And right now it's like, if you don't go to college, you don't get a round of applause. And that's bogus to me. I feel like you need to be able to not go to college and have the ability to say, do I want to go to college or have a coach or a mentor? And if your child picked the right coach and the right mentor and they go actually make money, then you clap for them for that as well. But it's like right now, if we post and we don't post, I got accepted into this university. You say, oh, well, I'm not going to go to college. I paid this person to coach me. The comments going to say, oh, they scamming. Oh, you paid them all of that money. You pay college the money. They scammed you too. Like, bro, like, not scammed you too, but they scammed you because now you ain't making no money. Yeah. But then you would have got a coach, you got a mentor, gave them less time, gave them less money. And now you making more money than you would have ever made in your life. It like, we just have to look at this thing totally different. So I want to be one of the people, one of the pillars that help our community look at coaching and mentorship totally different.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna evolve. I don't know when though, and this is just an ongoing thing. As you grow in business, you get bigger and bigger. Yeah. It's gonna be an evolving point to where I want to get into like exiting businesses, creating softwares and things of that nature. Playing this game at a higher level. That I see some of the people that I've been around at a high level that have made 9 figures. I'm seeing what they're doing. I'm studying and I'm seeing where they put their money. I'm seeing where they start ending up when they've been in business 10, 20 years. And the elevation and of it is going to come. I don't know when, but as eventually it is. Even me investing in the real estate and things like that, that's like a cool point. But like, really, how do we exit a business to be to make, you know, $100 million? You know what I mean? Into where if I make this $100 million, I can really chill out and not be scaling businesses and be in the weeds. I can chill with my family, man. I can go to Dubai for a couple months and not worry about it. I can, you know, be in Miami, Dubai, and somewhere else and like literally be up M's, you know what I mean? And like off of something I did and built, you know, for a couple of years. So that's going to be something that we're going to focus toward, turn into when it's time. And but right now, I'm in my prime, in my element. So I'm riding till the wheels fall off, and then we'll elevate when it's time to elevate.
Yep.
Nah, for sure. For me, same thing. I see myself next few years. We definitely locked in, helping people, really like scaling. Like, you know, we help people for years, just starting at zero, and it's a great game. I'm not leaving that because that I feel like from the outside looking in, like, okay, when you helping people start, it's always something that's monumental about that because you're taking people from poverty to getting out of poverty, and it's actually the toughest person to coach because it's a mindset game, right? Once people start making money, like, believe it or not, it's almost easier to take someone from like $20,000-$30,000 a month to $100,000 a month than it is to get them from 0 to 10,000 because the work, the groundwork, the foundation you have to lay for that person to get them to shift their beliefs, to actually develop their confidence that they can actually do it. It's a different ball game, right? What we'll be doing in the future, though, is we do some now, but I want to dive into it more as strategic operational partnerships, right? Where we might say, look at somebody's business and we can say, okay, this person got it. They're just missing some things. Let me attach myself, my brand, and my team to that and help this person to be able to build their brand, right? I think that's something that allows us to make a bigger impact, to help people with some things that they're missing. Sometimes it's not how, it's who. right? Sometimes it's not how, it's who. Who do you need around you? So me, I've been blessed to have the opportunity to have a really good team, to have some pieces, some things like people think, oh, I know every part of the business. I don't. I know what I know. I know my strong points, but I also had to realize I have things that I'm not good at, and there are people who are better at those things. And instead of me trying to learn everything, let me hire the people who can come in my business, and that way I can move faster and make more money faster and run a well-oiled machine faster. Because a lot of people, they have holes in their business and they don't know how to plug them because they're trying to figure out how, when it's going to take you very long to figure out how, and you can just find out who. So for us, I would say operational partnerships will be something in the future that we're going to get that more into.
Yes, sir. Nah, that's it. Those was definitely great responses. Definitely great responses. And like, I really feel like this episode, like, they gonna get a lot of game from this one. Like, this was definitely like one of them ones. I feel like, we helped the audience, pick you guys' brain. But it's only more to come because, they got to join into the challenge. So anything you guys want to leave the audience with?
Click the link in the description. Come spend 3 days with us, man. We're gonna love on y'all. We're gonna show y'all exactly the tools to execute on in order to make your first $1 million, man. We got you. It's gonna be some crazy major game. We got y'all.
Yeah. And my last outing is, man, being comfortable is where dreams go to die. All right, you still, if you're in a comfortable state where you think I'm good, or you being comfortable as in you don't want to spend the money on your business to grow, spend your money on personal development to grow, well, that's how you stay stagnant. That's how you stay comfortable. And so you got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable, man. And nothing better than us three to be able to help you do so.
What I'll say lastly is, man, the same level of thinking that got you to where you're at right now cannot possibly be the same level of thinking that gets you to your next level. You have to learn from the thinking that outthinks you, right? So your brain, you've already done the very best with what you know and who you are, right? So what you have to do is you have to do better. And the way you do better is by learning from people who have already been where you're looking to go. And just to follow us on social medias, at Darius Benders on all platforms.
At Mr. Phenomenal Power. And listen, to enter the land of phenomenal, you must leave the land of familiar.
Smitty the GOAT on all platforms. Yeah.
Let's get it. Let's get it. I think that. Oh yeah, one more. All three of y'all got a podcast.
Yeah, something like that.
What made y'all add a podcast to your business model?
When we see y'all.
Y'all made it, man. Y'all was grinding, and we was supposed to have bench start one. Then we seen like y'all growing, y'all motion and success, and like maybe it was a bench start one. They start when they growing past us. Like, hold on, now we gotta work. So y'all making us work. So I made sure I added in, but we know that a component of content is real valuable with the podcast stuff. So it can always add to your business. It can't subtract by people seeing more long form content.
Shout out to y'all, man.
Shout out to Motion and Success, man.
Appreciate you.
We all made a lot of money off their podcast. And we're gonna show you the strategies that we use to come on their podcast and monetize.
Let's get it.
Let's go. This is a good one, bro.
Listen, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe. This was another podcast episode with Motion and Success. And definitely tap in with the challenge. And I'll see you guys on the next podcast. Peace.